reading this, but it's a lot of complicated information that I'm trying to break down so that you guys can understand it, and so that I too can understand it. But I think there's a huge opportunity right now with Maine's new housing laws that were passed and go into effect either July 1st of 2026. So that's if you are in a town with like a town council where the town council can vote and enact ordinances, or if you are in a town with a like select board form of government, then you'll start July 1st, 2027. So that means that gives people time to make some really good decisions. I want to break it down really simply. So think of if Maine is telling towns that if you already let people live in an area, you can't make it super hard to build more homes there, especially if there is town water and sewer. So I'm going to talk about some of the big rules. I have a lot of it written down so that I don't mess it up. So the big rules are minimum homes per residential lot in any town that, in any place in a town that allows housing, the town now must allow at least 3 homes on a lot that's in any zone. Insane, right? If the lot is in a designated growth area, and this is actually what we're working on in Berwick right now, or has public water and public sewer, the town must allow at least 4 homes on the lot. Now, that's to me, that's a little insane. But for if you are somebody who is looking to purchase or looking to develop, this is an opportunity here. Towns can't require giant lots in certain places. If it's a growth area and public water and public sewer. So the town can't say, oh, well, now our minimum lot size is 2 acres. They can't do that. The minimum lot size is 5,000 square feet. That's very small. And the town can't require more than 1,250 square feet of land per unit for the first 4 units. So translation is the towns can still have site plan rules, they can have setbacks, they can have wetlands rules, road standards, but they cannot use lot size per unit to choke density beyond those gaps. A town can't punish multi-units with bigger setbacks, more frontage. So, and let's see, adding an ADU is easier. So ADUs now don't have to be owner occupied, which is kind of cool. 1 ADU must be exempt from density calculations. They must allow at least 1 ADU in residential areas. That's been a thing for us. And then an ADU definition includes being on the same parcel as a single family or a multi-unit structure. So if you have a multifamily, you could add an ADU. Sprinklers are not required for an ADU unless the ADU is within a structure that has more than 2 dwelling units. So if it's a separate structure, it does not. Now let's look at the town can't require planning board approval for 4 or fewer units within a single structure. That's a new one. And subdivision trigger has changed. So subdivision now includes building 5 or more units on one parcel within 5 years, and that used to be 3. So how can this benefit developers who already own multifamilies in Maine? I know, is this getting a little boring? I'm gonna put this in writing so it's a little easier to see also. But you can add units where zoning previously blocked it. Towns must allow 3 units minimum in residential areas, and then 4 in the growth areas or where there's public water sewer. That's crazy. Let's see. You can, the towns can't impose bigger dimensional rules. You can add on ADUs. So there is ADU add-on revenue because it doesn't have to be owner occupied now. We have a predictable sprinkler trigger, whereas it used to be like, oh, are they going to make me sprinkle this or not? Now we know for sure whether something needs to be sprinkled or not. And I just dropped my other page. And the subdivision threshold was moved. So now how a new multifamily investor could benefit. So you could buy right now. This is where I think the opportunity lies. You can buy underdeveloped property by these standards now and then add these units legally when this law goes into effect. And I think that that's where the real opportunity is. And I should just end the video here because that was my point.